So thank you again for doing this, Mike. Why don't
Mhm.
we start with a brief description of what you saw as what was going on in your business that had you be willing to try this weird thing out with me?
Yeah, for me, it was not necessarily what's going on in the business, so to speak, just more of the mindset of the business. I just always have this underlying belief that to be rich or wealthy, however you want to describe it, ultimately takes a lot of sacrifice on someone's end, and a lot of sacrifice in terms of time, missing time with your family, wife, kids, friends, all that stuff. Sacrifice on your sleep. You have to sleep, minimal hours a night. Sacrifice on your health, on your eating. Involves even um, more alcohol intake with and eating junk out, whining and dining people. So, I just wanted to get past that part. I wanted to believe that, I didn't have to work, 120 hours a week to be healthy or to be wealthy. I didn't have to, eat junk and drink 7 days a week to be wealthy and stuff like that. So that's ultimately what brought me to to see you and try to tap it.
Okay, and tell me one, two, maybe even three things that you got out of the work that we did together.
In terms of the actual results on my end, I mean, two huge ones. The one first one would be on the business side was since working with you, I just started a new business. I had back to back $100,000 months, so that's very tangible, visible. That was fantastic. And then the other part was the sleeping. I did notice that I was sleeping through the night instead of waking up constantly with a running mind. I was actually a lot more well rested, and it was 7 straight hours of sleep, which 7 to 8 actually, and which was fantastic. So I didn't really put those two together really till the end of our program and started thinking, oh, look at these results that kind of happened last 2 months working with Nancy.
Great. Well, so if you were going to describe what we did, the kind of work that we did together to someone a friend, what would you say?
Oh, wow. Interesting. I mean, weird. It's I honestly don't even know how to describe it without physically saying, you just kind of went through a bunch of limiting beliefs, um, almost like seeing oh God, a therapist type thing, and then tapping along. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it like right, but I honestly don't even know what to say except you just tap and go through limiting beliefs,
Okay.
and you tap different parts in your head and your body, So
And is there anything else you want to tell me about the experience?
for me, I enjoyed working together. Some of these things came up. We spoke about this before. I think it's incredibly healthy or helpful being with my wife and then having the mediator is not the right word, but having someone else in there instead of my wife and I. Amanda obviously talks a lot and she goes deep on a lot of conversations. And with us, a lot of times, just the two of us doesn't get places. But it's good to know where she was coming from. There are definitely some things that maybe I wouldn't bring up to her that I brought up in front of you that she heard and like, oh, and I know that definitely happened on my end. Like I never heard her say that. And that was coming up. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that was a big thing, but now we're tapping on it. So it's really got to be a pretty big thing. So I thought it was very eye opening and helpful in terms of um, the overall dynamic of the group.
Did you find, did you end up ever tapping along with the tap along videos I sent out?
I did on not all of them. I did on I think two of them, and I can't remember which ones. Mostly because Amanda would pull them up, look at them, say this is a really great one, pull it up, and I did like I think I did the first one or the first two on
Mhm.
my own, and then whenever Amanda would wake up in the morning and she's like, "This is the good one, we're tapping." I'm like, "Okay, we'll
Okay.
tap." So
Because I
not
very
all of them
few,
for
I'll do
sure.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did. and it's usually more of a wall with me. Scared to go outside your comfort zone, scared to take the next step on something like that. And I thought you were great at calming me down, relieving the fear or the stress that goes along with it, letting it's kind of, it is okay. And I think that's ultimately what this is about. Maybe I'm totally off base or not, but that was helpful with me. And, I think it just, for me, stress and anxiety kind of rules my world when it gets too much. I just kind of lost it just now, and I just had to go take a nap for an hour. I'm like, I just gotta get out of here. Nothing's good's gonna come of it. And so this kind of help get pushed through that. I guess that's what I would say.
Great.
So,
Okay. So,
yeah.
so for you, the whenever we could work on the emotional stuff that was coming up, that was getting in the way of doing the business stuff, that was really quite useful for you. And
Yeah, the emotional stuff.
Related. So.
Yeah, I would say exactly correct. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was fantastic. I got results that I didn't expect I would see. It was a lot more enlightening than the mind was racing going into it. So it was fun though. So I very much enjoyed it. So
Thank you.
and I thank you and appreciate you on that one.